After 2 years to complete, the North Split is back open to downtown drivers starting right now.
Yeah, Matthew Foltz is in our live drive cam this morning. He's talking about some of the changes you need to know and seeing them firsthand. Good morning, Matthew.
Yeah, good morning, Julia and Julia. Right now, we are on Pine Street. We are heading toward the 6570 North Split, and this is going to be one of the downtown access points that you can get on to access the North Split. And as we get on, or about to get on, I want to break down all of this information for you because it's a lot of information. Now, you're no longer able to access the 65 southbound Delaware Street, 11th Street ramp, or get on I-65 southbound ramp. You'll only be able to do that to go 70 east. Now, if you're coming west, you still won't be able to access Meridian, Pennsylvania Street exit. You can only do that through the 65 northbound. Now, there are a few downtown access points, as the one I just mentioned off of Pine Street. You can also do that through the I-70 westbound to Martin Luther West Street, I-65 southbound to West Street, as well as the all existing ramps on I-70 west of the South Split. Now, some good news this morning is that there will be no more detours on Interstate 465. So I'm pretty sure lots of people will be excited about that. But, you know, the big thing is what we've been used to for the last 2 years will no longer be the case. So a lot of, as I mentioned, these exit ramps will no longer be there. You'll have to get used to that. So just something to pay attention to as you head out on your morning commute. Maybe you're punching into your GPS. No longer seeing many of these orange cones that we've been used to seeing so many over the past 2 years. So that's something that's new. But Lindsay, we're going to send it over to you because I know you've been keeping an eye out on all these traffic accidents, conditions of the roads this morning.
It's one of those things, Matthew. It's just going to take time for folks to get used to the new traffic flow patterns. So at this point, one of the bigger changes I think that folks need to just keep in mind is there is a new traffic flow from I-65 southbound. So I've got them labeled for you so you can kind of make sense of what's going on here. Traffic coming southbound through the North Split will utilize these left 2 lanes here and continue on. Now, this ramp here to the collector lanes off of I-65 southbound that would take you downtown, that's still briefly closed. That is set to reopen at some point this May. Here's the bigger change. Delaware Street, you used to be able to merge onto I-65 from that ramp. No longer going to be the case. All of these lanes will take you onto I-70 eastbound. This is essentially just set up this way so we don't have folks weaving through several lanes of traffic really quickly and causing dangerous conditions. So that's why the North Split was designed that way. A couple of other access points if you're trying to utilize I-65 southbound without Delaware Street being open anymore. You can continue to head south at West Street. That's this on-ramp right here, 21st Street right here, or the main alternate route we've been using through this whole process is that on-ramp there at Washington Street to continue to take you southbound I-65. So a lot of changes, a lot of folks going to be frustrated this morning, but we'll get used to it, and overall it's just going to make for a safer traffic flow pattern. Guys.